The grip that breaks the soul. Have you ever noticed the strange, almost cruel irony of life? When you want something too desperately, when you lean into it with every fiber of your being, trying to force a result, the very thing you desire seems to slip through your fingers like dry sand. You try too hard to be liked in a room full of strangers, and you end up looking stiff and insecure. You're so terrified of losing your savings that you make frantic, emotional investment decisions that lead to the exact loss you feared. You're desperate for a project to succeed, and that desperation creates a cloud of anxiety that leads to careless, avoidable mistakes. And then a paradox occurs. You reach a breaking point. You get tired of the struggle. You finally say, "Fine, whatever happens, happens." You let go. You stop clutching the steering wheel with white knuckles, and suddenly, as if the world was waiting for you to exhale, things start clicking into place. The right person calls. The solution that stayed hidden for months appears in a flash of clarity. Opportunities open, not because you forced them, but because you stopped blocking the doorway. It's not magic. It's not that the universe finally decided to be kind. It's because you stopped getting in your own way. Today, we're going to explore the deep mechanics of why this happens, how your brain betrays you when you're tense, and why letting go is the ultimate form of inner power, a power that almost everyone in our high-pressure society completely misunderstands. 1. The mirage of control. Most of us live under a heavy, exhausting illusion. We were raised to believe that more is always the answer. More thinking, more worrying, more checking, more controlling. We believe that if we just hold on tight enough, we can prevent the world from changing. We treat life like a wild animal that must be caged and tamed. In reality, the opposite is true. Excessive tension doesn't give you control, it gives you tunnel vision. In psychology, this is known as cognitive tunneling. When your mind is obsessed with a specific outcome, your peripheral vision, both physical and mental, shuts down. You stop seeing the reality of what is happening because you are too busy staring at the phantom of what you fear might happen. When you're tense, you literally become less intelligent. This isn't an insult, it's basic human biology. When the brain perceives a high-stakes situation where everything depends on this, the amygdala, the ancient emotional part of the brain, hijacks the prefrontal cortex, which is responsible for logic, creativity, and complex problem solving. Your brain enters a threat state. In this state, your memory fades, your ability to innovate dies, and your decisions become primitive. You start playing not to lose instead of to win. Think about the stone man we discussed before. A rock feels strong because it is hard and unmoving, but a rock cannot grow. It can only be eroded by the wind and rain. True strength isn't in being a monument, it's in being like water, flexible, adaptive, and impossible to grasp. Control is not strength. Control is a symptom of deep-seated dependency. You only try to control the things you are terrified to lose. 2. The currency of desperation. Let's look at how this plays out in the world of money and career. The American dream often feels like a race, but for many, it becomes a treadmill of anxiety. Most financial failures stem from a lack of intelligence, but from a poverty mindset, a state of constant need. When you are desperate for money, you smell of it. It's in the way you negotiate, the way you rush to close a deal, and the way you agree to terms that you know are beneath you. Desperation ruins your judgment. You start thinking about survival for the next month instead of strategy for the next decade. Have you ever noticed that the wealthiest and most successful people often appear to be the calmest? It's a common misconception that they are calm because they have money. Often, they have money because they remained calm. They possess the power to wait. They don't grab the shiny object that comes their way. They don't sell themselves cheap because they aren't afraid of the word no. They understand a fundamental truth. A real opportunity doesn't require a panic attack. When you let go of the need for the money, you finally gain the clarity to earn the money. 3. Attraction versus attachment. This paradox is even more visible in our relationships. This is where clutching does the most damage. For 50 years, I thought being a good husband and father meant being a fortress. I thought if I controlled the environment, if I fixed everyone's problems, I was showing love. But here is the hard truth. The more you cling to someone, the more you push them away. Desperation is a silent scream that everyone can hear. It's in the tone of your voice, your body language, and the way you react to a delayed text message. When you're afraid to lose someone, you stop being a person and start being a shadow. You become convenient. You smooth over every conflict. You hide your true opinions, and you lose your edge. But human attraction, whether in friendship, romance, or business, is drawn to wholeness, not neediness. We are attracted to people who have a center of gravity that doesn't depend on us. When you let go of the need for someone's approval, you paradoxically become the most attractive person in the room. You gain a spine. You start to present yourself as you truly are, not as you think they want you to be. And people are always more drawn to an authentic original than a desperate copy. 4. The great misunderstanding. Responsibility versus control. At this point, many people get confused. They hear "let go" and they think it means give up. They think it's an excuse for mediocrity. This couldn't be further from the truth. Letting go is not about doing nothing, it's about doing everything with a different spirit. There's a massive difference between control and responsibility. Control is an ego-driven attempt to manage the unmanageable. It's the constant tension of trying to dictate the future, the weather, and other people's opinions. It's focused on a when that hasn't arrived. Responsibility is grounded in the now. It is the clear-headed execution of the tasks in front of you. It is the willingness to do the work and accept whatever the outcome may be. Control is the high-end Nikon camera sitting in the box waiting for the perfect trip. Responsibility is taking the camera out of the box and photographing the weeds in your backyard today. Letting go doesn't remove your discipline, it removes the hysteria around your discipline. You stop fighting yourself. You do the work, you put in the hours, but you stop tying your worth to the scoreboard. When you stop needing the win, you finally have the focus required to actually achieve it. 5. The 5 markers of the letting go state. How do you know if you are truly practicing this, or if you are just suppressing your emotions? True letting go has physical and behavioral markers. The disappearance of hurry. You realize that most of the emergencies in your life are self-imposed. You move with purpose, but you stop rushing. You understand that you cannot make the grass grow faster by pulling on it. Outcome independence. You can honestly say, I am going to give this my absolute best, and if it fails, I will be okay. You no longer let a bad Tuesday define your entire identity. The death of the need to explain. When you are insecure, you explain your decisions to everyone. You want their validation. When you let go, you simply act. You don't need the world to agree with you to know you're on the right path. Clarity in decision-making. Without the internal noise of what if, the right choice becomes glaringly obvious. It's like looking through a clean window instead of a fogged-up one. The power of the clean no. You can turn down opportunities and people without guilt or anger. You aren't afraid of the fallout because your value doesn't come from being useful to others. The stone man is exhausted, he is heavy, he is brittle. But the man who has let go is dangerous. He is dangerous to the status quo because he cannot be manipulated through fear. You cannot threaten a man who has already accepted that he doesn't own the outcome. This is the definition of true internal freedom. The point of no return. Letting go isn't a tip or a life hack. It's a fundamental shift in how you relate to existence. It's the realization that you are the author of your actions, but you are not the master of the universe. Once you taste the freedom of doing your best and then walking away from the result, you can never go back to the old way of clutching and grabbing. You realize how much energy you were wasting on internal noise. You realize that the play has been running this whole time, and you finally step out of the rehearsal room and onto the stage. You don't have to control your life to be strong. You just have to be honest in your effort and quiet in your soul. Take the camera out of the box. Drink the water while you're running the race. Stop waiting for the destination. Everything you are looking for is already here, hidden under the weight of your own grip. Open your hand, let go, and finally, let your life begin.